Hi, it's Teri. Welcome, and this is another Express Flow Yoga class in my series, which were designed to help you move more quickly on your mat, between 30 and 40 minutes, some challenging poses, regular flows, and just to have you have some fun on your mats. So here we go. Start in a seated position with your hands behind you. Bring your hands to the floor, lift the chest up, and close your eyes. As you press your hands into the floor a little bit more deeply, you can feel the chest open up. Shoulders are pulling back. Core is engaged. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, spin your knees over towards the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. Breath into center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. A little bit more grander motions. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Keep pressing down to lift the chest up, center, twist to the right. Inhale to center, exhale, twist to the left. Come back to center. Straighten your left leg long in front of you. Make sure your left leg stays engaged. Right hand behind you, right to your lower back. We're going to lift up at the lower back. Reach your left arm overhead. Take a breath in, and as you twist, lead to the center of your chest. You can either grab your right knee with your left elbow, press down and lift up. If you feel a little bit warmed up, you can draw your elbow outside of your knee. Use the pressure of the knee to the elbow to find more length and lift in the breath, chest, and exhale, find a twist. Gradually unwind yourselves. Straighten your right leg, bend your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand behind you, right leg long, bring your right arm overhead. Press into your left hand, lift up a bit more. Initiate the twist from the center of the chest as you twist to your left, either wrapping your arm around your knee, lengthening as you breathe in, twisting, or even anchoring your elbow outside of your knee, lengthen as you breathe in, broaden at the collarbones, twist when you breathe out. Another breath here. Gradually bring your way back to center, shake everything out, cross your ankles, place your hands to the floor, step back to a downward facing dog. In Adho Mukha Svanasana, press your hands to the floor, spreading your fingers wide, sending your hip bones high, let your head and neck relax. Bending into your left knee, press into hands equally as you straighten your right leg. Bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. Start to feel a little bit more stretch and sensation in the backs of your legs. Do this a few more times, but let your head and neck hang nice and heavily. Keep encouraging the core in, the belly into the spine, thigh muscles engaged, draw your heels closer to the floor, and find a lot more space. Feel almost narrower in your waist. On your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, spin your heels to the left. Push the floor away with the hands, send your hips high. Nice, sort of a twisted down dog. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spin your heels to the right. Push down and lift the hips up. Inhale back to center, settle your heels closer to the floor. Inhale into a high plank position, shoulders over wrists. Core is engaged, heels back, sternum forward, chest forward. Crown of the head lengthens towards the front of the room, heels pull back. Breath out, exhale, down dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale into your high plank position, shoulders over wrists. Core is engaged, exhale, hips are high, down dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, high plank. Stay in your plank just like your down dog. Spin your heels over to the left for twisted plank. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spin to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in into a high plank position. Bend your knees. Send your hips towards your heels, but spin towards the left. Inhale back to a high plank position. Exhale, bend your knees. Crouching tiger, but twisted. Inhale back to high plank. Again, exhale, spin your heels to the left, bend your knees, send your hips back towards your left heel. Inhale into a high plank. Exhale, swivel towards your right. Inhale back into a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips are high. Press into the hands, send the hip bones high, let your head and neck hang. Inhale into a high plank position, shoulders over wrists. Word of warning, 3 push-ups. You can always lower your knees. Exhale, lower halfway down. Pull the chest forward as the elbows slide against the side body. Inhale, high plank. Again, exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower down. Lower, lower, lower all the way down under the chest and belly. Tense your fingertips outside the mat, lift the chest up, take a breath in, exhale, lower your left shoulder, look over your right. Breath in, back up, maybe a little bit higher. Exhale, twist towards your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower it down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press your way back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Stay here for 3 cycles of breath. Loop your inhales into your exhales, so it's a nice consistent rhythmic breath. Pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. Feel a bit of an exploration in each pose that you do. On your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump lightly to the top of your mat. Take a breath into lengthen, chest forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hinge for your forward fold, Uttanasana, chest to thighs. Again, inhale, lengthen, chest forward, pull your way forward, long line, tailbone to crown of head. Exhale, hug the belly in as you fold in half. One more time, inhale is your extension. Your exhale is a bowing down, forward fold. Rise all the way up, bring your arms by your ears, reach high, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest, Namaste, equal standing. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bring your arms by your ears, reach high. On the exhalation, hinge all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, chest forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or float through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog, lifting thighs off the floor. Exhale, roll over your toes to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in, come high in the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, push back, step or float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Again, inhale, big sweep up, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, follow the breath all the way down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, chest forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or jump through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, pull forward and up into your up dog. Open up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Breath in, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float lightly to the top of your mat. Breath in, lengthen, pull your way forward. Exhale, bow it down, hug the belly in, forward fold. Breath in, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold right back down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, chest forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, take it through vinyasa, step or jump through to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, pull forward and up, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, hips are high, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float lightly to the top of the mat. Breath in, lengthen, chest forward. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, and hips down nice and low. Tailbones drawing down, pelvis is lifting. Sit down even more deeply. Take a breath in, lift the ribs up away from the back waist. Exhale, twist towards your left. Inhale back to Utkatasana. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale back to center. Sit down even lower. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale back to Utkatasana. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale back to center. So exhale, straighten your legs, hinge for a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen chest forward. Separate your toes, hands to the floor, crow pose, Bakasana. Come high in the balls of your feet. Squeeze the insides of your knees towards your elbows. Bring your toes together, down into the upper back. Feel a little bit of a lift off. Eventually find your way through to your down dog, either through your vinyasa. You can just step down to down dog, shoot your way back, and then everybody meet in downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you, three-limb dog. Pull your left hip back, raise your right leg even higher, but keep pulling your left leg back. Bend your right knee, open up your right hip. Press more weight into your right hand. Keep rolling the right hip open. Another breath. Inhale, square it off, extend the leg. Exhale, tap your right arm with your right knee. Extend the leg back behind you. Exhale, tap your left arm with your right knee. Inhale, back behind you. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Low runner's lunge. Stay here for breath. Pull your right hip back. Arms reach long in front of you. Make sure your hip bones are staying nice and square and level. Keep reaching forward as you're pressing into your ball of your foot. Another breath here. Exhale, step to the front of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale to lengthen chest forward. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears. Come high on the balls of your feet. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist towards your right. Pull your left hip back. Stay in your twist. Keep the heels lifted as high as you can for as long as you can. Come all the way down. Bend into your left knee. Lengthen as you breathe in. Find your twist over towards your right. Look over your right shoulder. Another breath here. Exhale, unwind. Inhale, lengthen chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat for a low runner's lunge. Left hand underneath left shoulder, right arm out to the right. Twist to the right. Pull your right hip back. Keep your left leg long. Get a little bit taller from left palm to right fingertips. Staying here for another breath. Lower your right hand to the floor. Step to a high plank. Swivel your heels over towards the left. Vashisthasana, side plank, right arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Exhale is your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Stay here for a breath in and a slow, steady breath out. 2 more rounds of breath. Remember, your head is heavy, neck is long. Keep drawing your quads towards your hamstrings, settling your heels a little bit more to the floor. At other side, raise your left leg long back behind you. Pull your right hip back in space. Lead with your left inner thigh as you lift your left leg up a bit higher. Roll your left hip open. Keep pulling your right hip back. And left hand is firmly on the floor. Take another breath. Square it off, extend your left leg. Exhale, tap your left arm with your left knee. Inhale, pull it long and back. Exhale, tap your right arm. Inhale, long back. Exhale, knee to your nose, round it out. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Low runner's lunge. Arms reach long in front of you, framing your ears. Hug your left hip back. Right leg nice, just like a plank. Keep reaching and lengthening the chest forward. Pressing into the ball of your right foot. Another breath here. Exhale, hands to the floor, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Breath in to lengthen chest forward. Breath out, bow it down, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, bring your arms by your ears. Come high on the balls of your feet. Engage your quads, belly's engaged. Spin, leading with the center of the chest towards your left. Arms are reaching broadly front to back. Keep the heels lifted. Lead with the right arm, lead with the right chest as you come all the way down. Right hand lands, bend into your right knee. Lengthen, draw the crown of the head towards me. Spin towards your left, look over your left shoulder. Stacking left shoulder blade on top of left, right. Another breath here. Exhale, unwind. Inhale to lengthen chest forward. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Low runner's lunge. Right hand underneath right shoulder. Left hand pulls your left hip back, left arm reaches overhead. Scissor your inner thighs. Continue to pull your left hip back. Lift your right leg up a bit more. Engage it. Another breath here. A little bit more length. A little bit more twist. As you exhale, lower your left hand to the floor. Come into a high plank position. Spin your heels to the right. Vashisthasana, side plank. Press down, shoulders over your wrist. Feel the hips go a little bit higher for another breath. Come through your vinyasa. High plank. Down to low. Inhale your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing here for 3 cycles of breath. Feel all the length you're getting in your side body. Maybe feel a bit freer in the back of your legs now. Another couple of breaths. On your next inhalation, raise your right leg behind you, 3-limb dog. Bend your right knee, yawn it open. Tap your left arm with your left arm with your right knee, cross the body. Glide the right leg back behind you. Exhale, tap your arm with your right knee. Shoot the leg out towards your left. Left arm reaches overhead. Fallen triangle, fallen star. You can always lift your right leg up. You can always grab the outer edge of your foot. Lift up a little bit more. Come back into your three-legged plank, into your three-legged dog. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. High crescent lunge. A little bit of a bend into your back knee. Reach the arms brightly overhead. Press into your right foot, hug your right hip back. Back ribs are lifting away from the back waist. Start to straighten your left leg just a bit more. Keep the lower body exactly where it is. Reach up as you breathe in. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale to center. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Wild Thing Rock Star, step your right foot behind you. Place your right arm overhead. Lift hips up, open up the chest. Another breath here. Lower your right hand to the floor. Come through your vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Inhale for an up dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Next inhalation, raise your left leg behind your 3-limb dog. As you exhale, tap your right arm with your left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap your right arm with your left knee. Keep the knee there as you straighten your left leg. Roll onto the inside of your back foot. Right arm reaches overhead, fallen triangle, fallen star. Scissor your inner thighs together. Press down, lift the hips up. Maybe lift your left leg up. Come back into your 3-legged plank, glide it back. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat, high crescent lunge. Remember your hips are nice and square to the front of the room. Tailbone is drawing down, pubis is nice and neutral, no shifting forward. You can start to straighten your back leg a bit more, but keep the deep bend in your front knee. Take a little bit more of a lift of the ribs up, soften your shoulders, arms engaged. Exhale, twist your left, arms are outstretched. Inhale back to center, reach high. Exhale again, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. One more time, exhale, twist to your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Wild Thing Rock Star, left foot behind you, left arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift the hips up, open up the chest. Another breath here. An exhalation, lower your hand to the floor. 3-legged plank, 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, pull forward in that up dog. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, lift your heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, heels a little bit closer to the floor. Good, one more time, inhale. Open mouth, breath out, cooling breath. In your down dog, raise your right leg back behind you, 3-limb dog. Keep the leg elevated as you walk your hands to the back of the mat. Press into your left foot, hug your left hip back. Lift your right leg up a bit higher. Bend your right knee, bring it into your chest. Left hand to left hip, bring your right hand to your right knee as you come up. Take your right hand to your right hip. Left hand to left knee, or draw it all the way to the outside of your foot. Find a twist towards your right. Make sure right hip's still rolling down. Left leg is engaged. Spin the rib basket around the center of your spine and look behind you. Lift and lengthen, broaden at the collarbones, a little bit more of a twist. Then come back to center. Bring your knee back to your chest. Straighten the leg long back behind you. Lift it up a bit more, hug your left hip back. Keep the leg lifted as you come into a 3-legged downward facing dog. Another breath here. As you exhale, open up your knee. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. Warrior 1, place your left heel to the floor, arms reach overhead. Press into your right heel, pull your right hip back, lengthen your left leg. Clasp your hands behind you to open your chest. Humble warrior, lead to the chest, just melt it down over your thigh. Make sure your left leg is nice and long. Pull your right hip forward, press into your right foot to pull your right hip back. Let your head and neck grow long, but draw your knuckles way overhead. Belly's engaged. With your knuckles still clasped. Come behind the ball of your back foot. Bring your way up just a bit as you press weight into your right foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon rising, opening up the left chest on top of the right. Left leg is engaged. Draw your knuckles back behind you. You can either stay there or release your hands into an Ardha Chandrasana classic. But keep lengthening your left leg long behind you. Keep drawing your right chest forward. Find a little bit more of an open space. Maintain this shape as you bend into your right standing leg, coming into your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, reverse your warrior triangle. Draw your left hand behind you, grab your right hip. Pull your right hip back in space. Maintain this half bind as you bring your weight into Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. Right hand comes down. Lean the lower back right into the forearm. Look over your left shoulder. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Keep lengthening the right chest forward. Keep spinning and leaning your left chest back even more. Stay here for another 2. Bring your right arm by your ear. Reach and lengthen for 1. Come all the way up. Parallel your feet. All the way down into a wide-legged forward fold. Slide your right hand in front of you. Draw your left hand behind you. Grab your right leg and look underneath your right shoulder. Keep pulling your left hip back. You can bring your right arm overhead. Continue to pull your left hip back. Look over your right arm. Weight towards the balls of your feet. Lengthen the torso. Find more twist. One more breath in. Exhale, unwind. Breath in to lengthen. Exhale, then back into your right knee. Lower the left knee to the floor. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right arm out to the right. Find a twist, either staying here or bending into your back knee, grabbing your foot, the pinky to the side of the foot. Sink hips nice and low, and look over your right shoulder. Make sure you keep sinking the hips nice and low. Press into your left hand, get a little bit more of engagement, look over your right shoulder a little bit more. Another breath here. Release your foot, straighten your right leg in front of you, scoot your right heel forward, pull your toes towards your shin, lengthen as you breathe in, left hand to the outside of your right leg, right hand to right hip to pull your right hip back, lengthen the left chest over your leg, right arm reaches overhead, modified revolved triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Lengthen the left chest forward, spin the ribs around, pull your right hip back. One more breath here. On the exhalation, come back to center, bend into your right knee, hands to the floor. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back to down dog. Coming through your vinyasa, inhale high plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga, elbows slide against the side body. Inhale, pull the chest forward and up, shoulders back. Exhale, hips are high, downward facing dog. Raise your left leg as you breathe in. Keep it lifted as you walk your hands to the back of the mat. Lift the leg up a bit higher, pull your right outer thigh back to midline. Bend your left knee, bring it to your chest. Right hand to right hip, left hand to left knee. The left hand comes to your left hip, right hand comes to your left knee. Either staying here for your twist or grabbing the outside of your left foot for Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana 3. Left arm reaches behind you. Lift and lengthen as you breathe in. Find more twist. Don't collapse into the chest. Broaden the collarbones, even a little bit more twist. Returning back to center, bringing knee back to the chest. Straighten the left leg back behind you. Lengthen as you breathe in, keep the leg lifted. Walk your way into your downward facing dog. Bend your left knee, yawn it open. Step your left foot to the top of the mat, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Catch your hands behind you in the non-dominant way, so the other thumb is on top. Open up your chest. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. Long back right leg. Humble your warrior, dive it down. It's a version of the forward fold. Make sure your head is nice and heavy. Gaze back at your right foot. Make sure you aren't collapsing into your arch. Press into your left foot. Hug your left hip back. Knuckles draw way overhead. Keep the knuckles clasped. Draw weight onto your left foot as you pop up your right heel. Find your way into a half moon rising, gradually opening up. Keep your knuckles clasped, perhaps drawing the knuckles way over towards your right hip to open up, or spread your arms long. Left arm down, right arm is up. Lengthen the left chest towards the front of the room. Roll the ribs around the spine for another breath. Bend, bend, bend into your left standing leg, so it's a nice easy descent into your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, reverse your triangle. Right hand comes behind you onto your left hip. Pull the left hip back. Reach and lengthen to the front of the room. Keep reaching and lengthening. Left thigh draws right back into the hip socket. Keep that energetic action as you tilt down. Left hand down, right arm reaches overhead. Make sure you are not rounding into the upper right ribs. You might have to come up a bit to do that. Draw your right arm behind you. Lean back into your forearm. Core is engaged. Press into your left big toe mound. Feel a little bit more of that energetic action in the leg. Draw your left arm by your ear. Pull your left hip back as you come all the way up. Keep pulling your left hip back all the way down into your wide-legged forward fold. Left hand slides in front of you. Draw your right arm underneath, grab your left leg, peek underneath your left shoulder. Bend into your right elbow, left arm reaches overhead. Lengthen as you breathe in. The more you bend into your right elbow, the more length you'll get in the right waist, so you can find more of a twist. Breath in, lengthen, even more of a twist. Gradually come out of it. Lengthen as you breathe in. As you exhale, bend back into your left knee. Bring your weight all the way around to face the front of the room. Bend into your right knee, lower it and down. Right hand underneath right shoulder, left arm out to the left. Bend into your back knee, reach for your foot. And find your glorious quad stretch, twist. Where you sink your left knee forward, lengthening the ribs towards and then open up. Staying here for another breath. Gradually find your way back to center, straighten your left leg. Scoot your left heel forward, lengthen as you breathe in. Right hand to the outside of your left leg, left hand to the left hip to remind it to pull back. Lengthen the chest over your thighs, spin, the lead to the center of the chest, left arm reaches overhead. Breath in will be your lengthening, breath out is your twist. One more breath here. Slowly unwind. Bend into your left knee, crawl your way forward, tuck your back toes, lift your right knee off the floor. Step to a high plank position, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, lift your heels high, hips high. Exhale, settle the heels to the floor, let the air out. 2 more rounds. Inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. 1 more cycle of breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Lightly sealing your lips back together. Finding back to that nice, consistent, soft rhythm to your breath. Good. On your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump lightly to the top of the mat. Take a breath in to lengthen. Breath out, bow down, forward fold. Bring your big toe mounds to touch, Utkatasana. Sink hips down nice and low. Bring the hands to the center of your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to your left, right elbow to left knee. Press the palms together, palms as close to your chest as much as possible over your left shoulder. Option to stay here or twisted crane pose, lifting your heels. Arms can broaden out to the sides, or you can bring your hands to the side. Bend your elbows to chaturanga arms. Create a shelf and platform for your right leg, and then lift the feet off the floor. Wherever you are, find the engagement in the core. Lengthen when you breathe in, a little bit more twist. Back to center as you straighten your legs for your forward fold. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out, bow it down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your right knee up to your chest. Cross your right thigh on top of your left. Right arm underneath left. Eagle Rock Gardasana. Elbows and forearms touch. Relax your shoulders. Reach your fingertips up. Pull the belly in. Half chair pose. Send your hips back as you glide your arms forward. Keep reaching and lengthening, reaching and lengthening. Gradually unwind into a warrior one. Bring your arms overhead. Right foot settles down at an angle. Left hand to left hip, pull your left hip back. Reach and lengthen. Continue to scissor the inner thighs, reach and lengthen. Revolve triangle. Right hand comes down on either side of your foot or right on the foot. Pull your left hip back, lengthen the chest. Look over your left shoulder as you find your twist. Keep pressing into your left foot, big toe mound, and pull your left hip back. Hips stay nice and level perhaps. Lengthen 1 more breath in, a little bit more of a twist. Slowly unwind yourselves. Bring your weight onto your left foot, raise your right leg up. Exhale, curtsy, drop it down into a Shiva. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, settle your foot all the way to the floor. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes. Left hand behind you, right arm reaches overhead. Take a breath in, just like at the beginning of class, it's just more of an intense twist now. Twist to your right, left elbow to right to your left rather, right elbow and left knee. Lengthen when you breathe in, broaden at the collarbones as you breathe out. You can always modify by straightening your right leg out in front of you, by the way. 1 more breath in, and find your twist. Slowly unwind yourselves. No pretty way to do this. Step on your left foot, Step your right foot to meet it. Utkatasana, bend deeply into your knees. Bring your arms overhead. Sink the hips nice and low, tailbone down. Hands to the center of your chest. Take a breath in to lengthen. Find your twist to the right, left elbow to right knee. Press the elbow into the knee, knee to elbow, palms pressed together. Either staying here, lengthening on each breath, and twisting. Perhaps broadening at the collarbones as you bring your left arm down, right arm overhead. Or your Parivrtta Bakasana, twisted crow pose. Hands to your sides, bending deeply into your elbows, intake, lift off. Another few breaths. Eventually coming back to center. Everybody straighten your legs, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bow it down. Rise all the way up, and as you do so, bring your left leg up. Cross left thigh on top of your right. Your left arm underneath your right. Eagle wrap, Gardasana. Reach the elbows up. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze the outer hips together. Crouching eagle. Send the hip bones back. Glide the chest forward. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. Slowly unwind into your Virabhadrasana, one warrior one. Arms reach overhead. Right hand to right hip. Pull your right hip back. Scissor your inner thighs. Both legs are nice and long. Press weight into the outer edge of your back foot as you keep coming forward. Eventually your left hand will land down. Lengthen again when you breathe in, pulling your right hip back. Right outer thigh pulls back to midline, right arm reaches overhead. Lengthen the torso towards me. Find more twist on the breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back to center. Straighten your right leg, pop your weight onto it, lift your left leg. Exhale, Shiva squat. Lower your chin to the floor. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, settle all the way into your Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right hand behind you. Raise your left arm overhead. Get the extension first. Find your twist. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Anchor it in so you can get more lift in the left side body. Lead with the sternum as you twist towards the right. Press your right hand into the floor right by your lower back. Get a little bit longer. Find more twist when you breathe out. It's that rotation. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly unwind yourselves. Then unwind your legs, shake everything out. Coming into a boat pose, Navasana, chest up toward your thighs. Arms reach forward. Hug the belly and lift up. Staying here for another 3. Perhaps straighten your legs. Smile. 2. And 1. Gradually sink your boat. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. And bend your knees. Place your feet underneath your knees. Palms down by your sides. Press into the feet. Lift the hips up. Perhaps staying here, clasping your hands behind you, rolling one shoulder blade in and then the other. Lift the hips high. Chest pulls up towards your chin. Wings of the shoulder blade tips press right into the back of the heart. Press the forearms into the floor to accomplish this. Keep reaching your knees towards the front of the room. Bridge pose for another 2 breaths. Make sure you're breathing nice and consistently. Slowly lower down, 1 vertebra at a time. One more round, either into your bridge pose again, or placing your hands behind you and lifting up into your upward facing bow pose. Make sure your feet are parallel. Lengthen as you breathe in. Find your balance for 3. A little bit more of a back bend in your upper back for 2. And 1. Slowly roll it down. Bring the soles of your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana, knees spread wide. Start to slow everything down. Bring your knees together. Gather them into your chest. Roll around a little bit. Place your feet wide outside your mat underneath your knees. Tick-tock your knees back and forth a few times, just like at the beginning of class. Eventually settle your knees over towards the right, turn your head to the left. You either place your right ankle on top of your left thigh to anchor the knee down, or slide your left knee on top of your right. Continue to soften your breath. Come back to center. Spin your knees over towards the left and find your own personal variation of your final spinal twist. Coming back to center. Lengthen both legs in front of you for Shavasana, conscious rest, and let everything go, please. Let the work of your asana practice and your breath work soften into your body. And this is where the work is. Not for you, but your body will just know what to do right now by relaxing. Conscious rest, Shavasana. When you're ready, on your own time, feel free to stay where you are in your Shavasana for several more minutes if you have the time. If not, start to feel movement in your fingers and toes while you roll them around a little bit, wiggling them, moving your ankles and wrists. And bring your arms way overhead. Take a deep breath in. Notice the sensation of stretch, sense the symmetry. Open your mouths and exhale, let it go. Bring your knees into your chest and roll over onto your right side. Gradually bring your way into a cross-legged seated position with your eyes remain closed. Bring your hands to press together at the center of your chest. Sit up just a bit taller. Together we'll take one more deep breath in. Open our mouths, exhale, let it go. Honoring the light in you that is the light in me, I thank you so much for sharing it with me. Namaste. I'm Teri. Go out and smile at somebody. Have a great day.